Hey everybody! Vinyl enthusiasts, music fans, how's everybody doing? This is Rob, headlong into sound. Happy New Year! I think this is definitely my first video of the new year. I'm just going to show the records I've accumulated since last video, maybe a month ago or something like that, a few weeks ago. Maybe 10 records here. I should have another 3 records to show, but the Discogs seller turned out to be bunk. So I had to file a claim with PayPal. This sucks, but I'm sure I'll get my money back. I would rather just have the records, but it is what it is. These things happen. And you know, I bought a lot of records off of Discogs, so this is the first time where a seller I've ever had to file a claim or anything, or where they didn't respond after I paid. So it is what it is. First one I'm going to show here, grabbed a Mobile Fidelity pressing of Dark Side of the Moon. This is a 1979 release by Mobile Fidelity. I didn't ever think I'd buy another Dark Side of the Moon, but they had this listed at probably a third of the price this would go for online, so I snagged it. Not too much to show here. There is a kind of little insert, just talks about what Mobile Fidelity, what they're doing, or what they were doing at the time. So that was cool. Happy to have that. Really nice copy, except for kind of a ding right here on the side. Otherwise, beautiful copy. Got it for a great deal, so happy to have that. Filling out my Nine Inch Nails collection. This is 2017 release by Trent Reznor and Company. This is called Add Violence. This is an EP. He, over the course of the last, year and a half or so, Nine Inch Nails released 3 EPs that kind of a cool way to do things, as opposed to an album every, 4 years or something. And I'm a big Nine Inch Nails fan, so and I think he's still, when I say he, Trent Reznor, I think he still has a lot to offer. His last release last year, Bad Witch, excellent. This is very good as well. So one of my favorite bands. I've seen them a lot live, probably, a good handful of times, and they're excellent. These I got a couple weeks ago, record store I stopped at, not too far from where I work. A few of these are dollar bin records. I got this was $1. Not sure why, maybe a little bit of ring wear and there's a punch hole, so the Santana 3 here. Somehow I didn't have this. I did talk about Santana a bit in the last video. Mentioned how his first 4 albums are really pretty darn good. This might be the best among them. Santana 3, great band. I did grab a copy of Zeppelin Coda. It's got a little, all the issues with these are on the cover. That's why they were $1. I already had this. I was gonna see if the record itself was an upgrade. I don't think it is. But either way, that's in pretty good condition. But either way, somebody's always looking for Zeppelin. Even Coda, which is kind of like definitely non-essential Zeppelin. Just listen to this, Live Cream. This was in the dollar bin as well. I'm not sure why. I guess, like I said, the punch outs will do it, but really cool. I never listened to this before. This was released in 1970, after the band had already broken up, but 90% of this thing is like just them jamming out, Cream was, they were a jam band. They were, extended jams, 15-minute songs. So, real quick, I did grab a couple Beatles records in the dollar bin. What are these? Early Beatles and Beatles 6. I didn't have these. Not a huge early Beatles fan, but you can't go wrong for $1. They're in very good playing condition, despite the covers. Last two I'm going to show quick. Grabbed, this is a used copy, but the Flaming Lips Soft Bulletin. Classic album by this band. Great kind of psychedelic rock pop. Love the drums on this thing too. I love the blown out kind of sound on a lot of the tracks. This came out 20 years ago, but classic Flaming Lips album there. Last thing I'm going to show is one I will recommend to certain listeners. Those who are into, I guess, jazz fusion or, I don't know, I guess experimental jazz. Flying Lotus. This album is called You're Dead. Flying Lotus is a modern jazz producer, musician. I think he's playing the synthesizer on this thing. I know he does some production too for other, musicians, but there's kind of some electronic elements on the drums on this too. Really cool artwork. And great lineup on this thing. Thundercat plays bass. Thundercat, again, essential, I don't mean essential, but he is very good. Modern bass player, virtuoso, kind of jazz and funk kind of bassist. He plays I think he plays like an 8 or 10 string bass, and he shreds. Who else is on this here? Kamasi Washington's on a couple tracks, playing sax. Again, excellent modern jazz player. Herbie Hancock's on a couple of these tracks. Jeff Lynne plays guitar on a track. Kendrick Lamar is on this. Snoop Dogg is on this. Drummer Dean Tony Parks is on this. I recognize that name from, he played with the Mars Volta on some of their later albums. I think I saw him playing with them live. Just really cool artwork though. Really cool album. Recommended for those who are into maybe some weirder jazz fusion or looking for some modern, some jazz with a modern kind of thing going on. So yeah, Flying Lotus. That's all I got to show right now. Just wanted to do a quickie. I hope everyone's doing well. Happy New Year. I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.